apprentice this year? Well, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I can't hear you. Now, for those of you that want to express yourselves, there's a time and a place for everything. Just remember, we're here to honor a man who valued education, who knew that if we didn't have the best schools in the world, our kids wouldn't be able to participate in the great American dream the way Martin Luther King Jr. wanted, and that's what we're going to do. So it's a great way for us to warm up on this wintry day. Warm up as the people of Brooklyn have for the last 26 years by coming to BAM to celebrate together the spirit of a true giant, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And today, what's different from today to last year is now his statue stands in our nation's capital. And it really is a big tribute to a man who lived and who died for the American dream. You know, education was always central to Dr. King's views. He refused to accept that separate and unequal classrooms had any place in America. So civil rights volunteers risked their lives to set up freedom schools for children and young adults as well throughout the world South. And they believed that the chance to learn should never be denied. And they kept in their hearts the wisdom of the scriptures, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Now the civil rights movement transformed America for the better. And now it is up to continue its work, especially in education, because a good education is every child's fundamental civil right. And when all our children get the education they deserve, we all will win. So every day for the past 10 years, improving the city schools has been hands down my #1 priority, and it's going to remain my #1 priority every day for the next 2 years as well. Across our city, no matter what some people want to say, across our city, graduation rates are up. And they're up 40% in our city since 2005, compared to just 8% in the rest of the state. Test scores are up as well. And our Black and Hispanic students have led the way. And if you want to diss them, I don't have anything in common with them. I think they deserve a round of applause. They've worked hard and they deserve it. Today, there are more and better school options for students. There's more information about schools for parents. We've come a long way, and the progress isn't over. Thank you very much. Really a great deal. You probably belong, never mind. Our progress isn't over, and as I said in the State of the City speech last week, we're about halfway up the mountain. And now, because our students deserve it, we're going to push to the top. And by continuing to raise the bar for all our students, and also, as you've all read and heard, by making sure that there are excellent teachers in front of every classroom seat in our city. It is now my privilege, and let me add also my pleasure, to introduce you to the man who's going to lead us to the top. I met him some 10 and a half years ago when I was a very long-shot candidate for mayor in this city. And it was instantly clear to me that on the subject of education, we saw eye to eye. So when against all odds, I actually made it to City Hall, I invited him to join us there and build up our education effort. And since day one, he has been there every step of the way. He has lived and breathed education his whole life long. His experience in our schools began as a student at PS 36, JHS 192, and at Francis Lewis High School, where he played a very hot trombone in the school orchestra, I'm told. His children attend our public schools, and now his grandson Justin does as well. At the same PS 36 that he went to, he has all of the understanding of what is needed to make sure our schools keep improving. He has taught kindergarten. He founded the Federal Douglass Brother-to-Brother Student Mentoring Program. And as president of the New York Urban League, he greatly expanded that organization's initiatives to encourage students to stay in school and to excel in their studies. For 10 years, he's been at the forefront of everything that we've done to improve our schools, from ending social promotion to overseeing the biggest school construction program in New York City history. And when you look at so much of what we've done at the grassroots level, from putting parent coordinators in every school in this city, to improving the quality of school lunches and making sure that more students start their school days with a healthy breakfast, you'll see his signature and the mark that he has left on millions of young lives across the city. When I met him back in 2001, he was wearing a pin on his lapel of the suit. It showed the Big Apple with an equal sign. I told him how much I admired it. I said, that represents New York to me, the Big Apple and with an equal sign because we're all equal. Well, he gave it to me. I took it with his consent. I've worn it ever since because it symbolizes everything that is wonderful about New York, and it tells you what he is all about, making the promise of equality, opportunity, a reality for everyone in our city. So please, welcome the Chancellor of the New York City Public Schools, my colleague and my friend, Dennis Walcott.